This lesson is entitled Star Child, Guiding Children Through Astrology. Parents want to better understand their children and their natural behavior. Yet how many people truly understand themselves, let alone nature? Our children are a rebirth, a direct extension of ourselves. They often resemble us and remind us of ourselves. As infants, they have a divine soul nature. That nature is instilled within them from the time they take their first breath. Understanding that nature and the natural effects planetary vibrations has on us is what this book is about. There is no one on this planet that can deny the cycles and patterns that manifested many, many years before humanity even existed. There is no doubt that will exist many years after we are gone. Therefore, it would be a total waste not to understand the vibrations of nature and use this knowledge of these cycles to control our own destinies and better understand our children's nature. Psychologists tell us that after the age of 7, we begin to think and reason. By this time, we have received our most lasting impressions that will affect us the rest of our lives. For this reason, what a young child receives by way of spiritual guidance is of great importance. When children are raised with love, affection, and respect for nature, then this will take them through the rest of their lives. When love and individualism are basic fibers of their early years, a positive and spiritual life expression occurs naturally. Astrology is an Aquarian element that started developing some 5,000 years ago. The age of Aquarius began dawning in the 20th century. Children born from this early 1970s on could be considered cosmic Renaissance children. All parents can see the changes of Aquarius transpiring in their children. Today's kids are sovereign, independent, and individual. When parents nurture and respect their children as individuals, the spirit of love becomes reality and is evident throughout their life. In the future, knowledge of astrology will enhance the evolution of humanity and will reunite us with a universal consciousness we have long abandoned. Children have a great deal to work with today. Again, the Aquarius element of electricity has revolutionized the present and the future. However, much will depend on how we use this revolutionizing element. When our children align themselves with nature, they will bring about the new age with spiritual direction and brotherly love. Knowing a child's soul nature can help parents clearly understand what is truly going on in their children's mind and enhance the development of their children's truest nature. To show a child understanding of their inner nature is absolutely the greatest gift any parent can hope to give. The spiritual parent. We wrote this book about the children because we hold the children dearest to us, second only to God. This chapter is most important. With spiritually minded parents to guide their children to a fuller consciousness, we create a future life that is better than the one we presently live. The purpose of regeneration is to elevate our consciousness and enhance the future of humanity. Children depend on their parents to feed, clothe, and educate them. Yet this is only a small part of parenthood. Children are very much like their parents in the sense that they are mainly what their parents teach them. The spiritual parent will guide and nurture their children with truth and understanding. When parents treat their children with respect and dignity, they naturally allow their children to develop their own personalities and soul nature. I once read that it is natural for some parents to reinforce some negative gesture of expression 200,000 times by the saying no, don't, can't, stop, or any other form of limiting speech. This, unfortunately, occurs before the child is only 12 years old. Why is this considered normal? In the 50 years I've been counseling people, most all people think they were victims of their upbringing in some way. Today's parents have a special privilege that is to promote a whole new way of perceiving their offspring. Today's children are much more aware of their individualism. The old molds of parenthood are forever broken. Today's parents are also more conscious and open to communication. It is up to parents to be spiritually motivated and educated. They can then elevate their children to a better and purer state of living. When parents share of themselves, they are nurturing future trust and hope. When the spiritual parent can show their children and understand, they teach true love. When parents show encouragement and determination, they teach spiritual values. The new age of consciousness is real, and it is directing us to a better life. This is the age for humanity to let love rule supreme. The age when we will know individualism and freedom far beyond any past generations. This can only happen if parents care enough to treat their kids as individuals. The future is here. It is time to lift up our torches of light and liberate our race from fear and domination. Only through the parent-child relationship can we crumble the old mold of darkness and limitation and move to new realities of peace, harmony, openness, and love. This book is designed to elevate consciousness, or in other words, elevate the way we think of ourselves and perceive others. The only way to be a spiritual parent is to cooperate with nature and do what comes naturally. To exist at all, every single thing must have a nature. Otherwise, it would not have ceased to exist long ago. Children are the purest reflection of nature you'll ever witness. We are born perfect. It is through constant and understanding of others and ourselves that we maintain that perfection. Your children are perfect by nature. Spirit created each one to be an individual, part of the universal whole. I often hear parents say, if only these kids came with a set of blueprints. Well, guess what? They did. Your child's natal chart is the blueprint of their nature. When parents understand their children's nature, all they need to do is guide and direct them. It really is that simple. Jesus set the perfect pattern for humanity 2,000 years ago. It has taken us this long to become conscious enough to make that pattern a reality. Imagine how wonderful and nurturing Jesus' parents were. The love and knowledge he gained as a child was to become a spiritual foundation of his wonderful life. Would God expect us to be as much a parent as Joseph and Mary? I surely think so. On earth as it is in heaven, we all have the responsibility of guiding and inspiring our little ones. One thing I'm sure of, God holds little children most dear to his heart. It is my hope that this book will answer many of your questions about the nature of your child. I have only written about the sun signs and planetary positions of your child's birth. There are literally hundreds of interpretations possible in a natal reading. We trust and pray this message will make a difference to anyone on the spiritual path of parenthood. Funny how much the words brotherhood and parenthood sound alike. The spiritual parent. The spiritual father is a man of unyielding devotion to his children. He will go to any length to protect and provide for their needs. He will teach the boys to be men and the girls to grow up to be caring women. He is the tower of strength when his children need someone to lean on. He will encourage them to be their best and provide encouragement when it is needed. He will teach them the values of loyalty and will encourage them to persevere. He will not be afraid to show affection and will always be ready to play with and laugh with his children. Words describing the spiritual father. Parental, strong, understanding, open, receptive, protective, patient, directing, available, sober, encouraging, providing, regulating, moderate, kidding, playful, instructive, masculine, harmonious, bold, truthful, loyal, inspiring, affectionate, confident, and supportive. Think of the challenge you'll cherish for the rest of your life. So honor thy father and thyself. Think of the challenge you'll cherish for the rest of your life. So honor thy father and thyself. Anyone can be a father. Only the wise man can be a daddy. The spiritual mother. The spiritual mother is the height of emotional control and has the temperament and patience to parent a child with everlasting love and direction. There are many powerful emotions in the world, but none are more powerful than the maternal instinct. You can see it plainly in every species in the world. Many men are foolish enough to believe that because they are physically stronger than the female counterpart, that they are superior. Let me ask you a question. How many men do you know that could sit beside a sick child for months at a time? My life has taught me that there are many kinds of strength. This new age is producing a whole different breed of females. But the one constant is that old maternal instinct. The spiritual mother is one of God's greatest gifts to humanity. The spiritual mother will rise children above all obstacles and will make a difference in the world for their children who know true love and devotion. Keywords describing the spiritual mother: nurturing, maternal, sensitive, patient, gentle, loyal, truthful, guiding, lighthearted, playful, faithful, bonding, available, compassionate, encouraging, generous, sympathetic, receptive, cleanliness, resourceful, adoring, devoted, harmonious, and responsive. I will conclude this lesson with children learn what they live. If children live with criticism, they learn to condemn. If children live with hostility, they learn to fight. If children live with ridicule, they learn to be shy. If children live with shame, they learn to feel guilty. If children live with tolerance, they learn to be patient. If children live with encouragement, they learn to be confident. If children live with praise, they learn to appreciate. If children live with fairness, they learn justice. If children live with security, they learn to have faith. If children live with approval, they learn to like themselves. If children live with acceptance and friendship, they learn to find more love in the world. This was written by Dorothy Law Nolte. For more information on this lesson, you can find this on Smashwords, Guiding and Directing Children Through Astrology by Angelo Michael DeStefano. This concludes The Spiritual Parent and Guiding Children Through Astrology.